Mr. Obaseki, the government you serve, the government, the APC, current APC government, is owing local government workers. Some of them for over a year, some of them for as much as 18 months. And you're the candidate of that party talking about continuity. How do you respond to people who say that is not the kind of continuity we're looking for?
The point is that Edo State government is not owing local government workers, because Edo State government is not responsible for local government salaries. Just like the Edo State government gets its FAC allocation every month from the federal government, that is how local governments also receive their allocations. What has happened in Nigeria is because what people earn, or what the states and local government earn, has dropped drastically. They are not, many of them are not able to meet their obligations. But Edo State as a government currently meets its own obligations. Most of the local governments have not undertaken the reforms required for them to be financially and fiscally viable. And that is what we must do. They must cut, they must ensure that they remove ghost workers from their payroll, trim their expenses, and also improve their revenues. That is what we've done as Edo State.
If I may, the Constitution has not been amended yet to grant autonomy to local governments. So as far as the Constitution stands right now, local governments are not autonomous. They are still the responsibility of the state governments. And when there was a boom in the economy, when money is coming to the state government distributes it, even deducts from local government funds, and use it in paying teachers and all of those when there was a boom. But now that there's a bust, the state government suddenly says there's autonomy, but there isn't.
In the case of Edo State, I don't know what happens in other states in Nigeria. At the end of every month, there's what you call JAC. That's a committee that meets to decide on the allocation that has come to the local governments. Local governments in Edo State, as far as I know, are autonomous and independent. They are autonomous and independent, and that is the fact. The monies come in, and the monies are allocated every month. What the state government insists on is that they must first pay primary school teachers. Because of our emphasis on education, that it's their responsibility to pay primary school teachers. So we insist you must pay primary school teachers before you undertake any other expenses.
When we wonder that you are the chairman of the economic team of the present government, you've talked about how you will block leakages in the local government area. But when we wonder, why are you not doing this now? Why is it when you want to be governor that you are thinking about this?
Here again, the issues have come up. Because they are autonomous, we've left them be and manage their affairs themselves. Now that their crisis has come up, everybody is now saying, states, it's your responsibility. You can't sit aloof and allow them do what they like. So we're going to sit down within the constitutional boundaries and make sure that they are accountable and they are responsible to the people they serve.
Right, Mr. Onaiwu, and perhaps during the rebuttal session, I can see your hands going up. You could ask and clarify that. But I want to ask you, stats say that just about 160,000 people are in the tax net in Edo State. Just about 160,000. How would you, if you become governor, expand that net? What are you going to do? Are there any laws that are in your mind already to help expand that net?
The chairman of Edo State Economic Team is here. He should tell us why Agberus are collecting tickets in Ring Road. That is one. Because the tax they are collecting is going to private pocket. Because if they have a database, Edo is supposed to generate up to 8 billion monthly from revenue. But because they have a lot of informal sector of people collecting taxes, that is where we find ourselves where we are. I want to disagree with him when he talk about JAC. I know what is called JAC account. State governors control local government money. I'm aware of it. No governor in the federation can say no to that, because the local government, they are not yet autonomy. So because when the money comes, it is the state that distributes it to the local government. So I want to disagree with you on that. Thank you.
Mr. Onaiwu, You have said that you are a sportsman.
Yes.
And you've said that you will be looking into generating jobs from sports. What are the figures that gives you that confidence?
Well, as a sportsman, I'm still a sportsman. I won medals for the state at the age of 17, 18. I know what it is to use sports to take the youth off the street. We are bringing back Edo State Sports Festival. We will bring back Secondary School Sports Festival. And I'm telling you here today, by the time we bring back Edo State Local Football League, we are going to see over 25% of our youth will be consumed into that profession. And also letting you know that entertainment too is another key area where we can take the youth off the street. Thank you.
You've really not spoken about in specifics, because all of these promises has to have targets and how the pragmatic ways of achieving them. You've just talked about the festivals. You will be spending more money on festivals. What are the rationale behind all of these, and how you hope to achieve more jobs and be able to fund them appropriately?
As a state governor, it is private sector that will fund sports. It is private sector that will fund entertainment. You need to have the contact to draw them home, for them to understand that Glow is there, Nigerian Breweries is out there, Dangote is there. So if you have the contact to attract them to your state, they will fund sports and entertainment for you.
Thank you.
Allow me come in here very quickly. One good thing here is that Benin is an Asian kingdom of global repute and should not rate itself by that alone. Rather, it should lead other states clearly in the area of tourism, and we're still looking at economic potential of the state. What would you do to make tourism a major economic resource in the state? I'll start with Mr. Areologbe.
Yeah, thank you very much. We are going to make Edo State a tourist hub by locating these areas where we have this our foreign attraction, by beautifying it and make it charming for people to come and visit. Like in my place in Asian land, we have tourist attraction that is yet to be utilized. And by the time we beautify this thing, tourists will come. We know quite all right that the Igun Street, which is well known for the bronze casting, many tourists have come to that area and to come and see things for themselves. And in our place, we are going to look at where this tourist attraction is, and we are going to bank on it, renovate it, and make it attractive for foreign people to come.
Pastor Ize-Iyamu, the issue here is that a lot of people would have thought by now, going around the state during your campaign of the 18 local government areas, perhaps you should have seen some potentials in the area of tourism. What would you love to do to see that those areas bring about more revenue to Edo State?
There is no doubt that Edo State ought to be the tourist destination of our nation. Where we should have been is where Cross River is. And the truth about it is that the present government have not invested in that sector. Our state has to be rebranded. Our state has to be made attractive. It will interest you to know that the Igun Street, which you mentioned, the interlocking ties that is there till today, is what we put there when we were in government, because we knew the strategic nature of that place. It's a place that attracts visitors, and the least you can do is to make the place attractive. The last time the cultural center was renovated, it was done by us. Just look at the road to the palace, Plymouth Road, and you see the dilapidated nature of it. That will tell you that if a place as important as the road to the palace is left like this, then what do you say about other places? Edo State has to invest in tourism. We have a lot of tourist sites all over the country, all over the state. Whether it's Akoko Edo, whether it's Isha, whether it's Benin, they are there. But government must invest in it. Government is not doing so. And let me use the opportunity to also debunk what Mr. Obaseki was talking about in terms of state government control over local government. I'm shocked that he will say that local governments in Edo, they are autonomous. Yeah. I know that Edo State government fought vigorously to ensure that local governments did not get the autonomy. And if you say you are not owing workers, why did you collect 12.5 bailout fund? And for what? So I'm amused when you say it's none of your business. And another thing is that the situation in the local government, they are compounded by the attitude of the state government. By law, Edo State government is supposed to give 10% of their IGRO to local governments. They have never done so. Local governments are supposed to be in charge of tenement trade. Edo State government has seized it under land use charge. Local governments are in charge of signage. Edo State government, they have taken it. And many of the parks that ought to bring revenue to the state government, the same state government, the local government, the same state government, they have taken it. So if the local governments today are impoverished, it was caused by the state government who has supervisory rule over them. So the problem in local governments today is as a result of the way the state government has acted towards local government control.
Well, Edo State is in the south-south region of Nigeria. Security is very key. That's next on the debate when we return. Stay with us.